Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from Wave 3 of Age of the Primes. This is Deluxe Insecticon Venin. Now, some of you might be saying there, Charles, are you stuttering? And, well, surprisingly, pretty much everybody has been referring to this toy by its original name, the name that the original Deluxe Insecticon had, Venom. Now, obviously, due to copyright, trademark issues, stuff like that, Hasbro not wanting to piss off its partners, they cannot use the name Venom. So it's Venin. But this is the final of the Deluxe Insecticons. It is an entirely new mold, which to some people you can see, you might want to say that that can be seen in a bit of a negative light because, well, the other the other three Deluxe Insecticons were all retools of the previously released Insecticons. And even though they looked really well, especially the last two, nothing stands out more than an original mold. So really, Venin here is going to stand out from its Deluxe Insecticon brothers. And by the way, I'm using the term Deluxe Insecticon because that's how they were originally labeled. They were a little more, they were a little bit bigger than the regular Insecticons, Bombshell, Kickback, Shrapnel that we all know. And I think they had a little bit more in terms of accessories. Articulation, it was kind of all over. I even think the original Venom toy was the best of the bunch. But we're starting off in insect mode. No idea what this insect is. I'm going to say it's some sort of mosquito. You do have these very nice translucent wings that are adjustable. There is some tabbing here. I wonder, do these actually meant to tab into these legs? Oh, well, you can actually fold it up, and then the wings will tab in right here on the back. I just discovered that. There's like little slots there. I don't really know what that's for, but you can obviously pose them around, stuff like that. Unfortunately, in robot mode, as we'll see in a few seconds here, they do get in the way. You do have weapon storage here. The figure comes with an axe and a blaster, like believe the original toy did. You can combine them, just like that. We'll get into that. We'll get into the accessories more when we get into robot mode. On the bottom here, you do have each individual insect leg is articulated and ball jointed. Now, what's nice is there are little notches and what have you cut out so you can have proper alignment and positioning. You know, I mean, obviously it's going to be up to whatever you want, but, you know, there is that. So, how about we pause, give me a second to adjust the camera, and we'll get into the transformation. Okay, so first thing I would say you would do is just try to get these wings out of the way. And then let's go ahead and bring these legs down. They are meant to fold up just like that. And then what you can do is the head, this is actually the insect head, but also the robot mode head. So what you want to do is untab it and then bring it up and forward. And the little antenna bit there, you can flip up. It kind of soft tabs into place. Now, this section here is kind of interesting. This is all the arms and the shoulders. What you want to do is unpeg the forearms. They tab into what would be like the ankle section of the feet, which you'll see when we get to the legs. But there is like a little, not even a tab, but it's like that square peg that sits into that groove, and it is a little finicky to get out. Oh boy. So you do that, and then now the next part of the transformation, this is actually took me a little bit to get done because it's a very tight fit here. The shoulders tab in on the outside, and then you're basically pushing back on the chest and the back until you slide them into place. So what you need to do is slide this forward, and it will soft tab detent into place where you see that gray tab right there, and that the side here will jut out just a little bit. You might see that a little bit better when we're finished and we swing the wings back. But now that we have that done, accordion out on the double hinge, the elbow joints here. Do it on both sides. Very tight joints on mine, by the way. Yours might be a little bit easier to handle, but you want it extended like that, and then the fist will come, and they kind of, on mine, snap into place. But if you notice, they do kind of angle a little bit further than you might like. So we're going to leave the arms like that for the time being. What I would do now is just swing the wings back, just like that, and that's actually how they sit for robot mode. And that will give you some space to come in and separate the rear of the insect at the tip there, and then you want to unpeg. Make sure you unpeg from the back here as well, just like so, and this will fold outward and snap into place. That green tip forms the knee. That green section forms the kneecap. Rotate it forward, flip this panel down and around, and then flip out the foot, and there you have the foot section. So you have a little bit of forward and back, and obviously ankle pivot. Do it again on this side, just like so. And let me just quickly show you the back here, because you see like that double hinge section there. It's like you got these extra panels that I guess are supposed to try to fill up the gap, but I don't think it works that well. Finally, the head is on this green hinge, which just push it back until it folds up as far as it can go, that you end up with the head looking forward. And allow me to adjust the camera again. Bring the arms down. You're going and rotate them forward, so the fists are obviously facing forward. As you can see, because of how the wings are positioned, you're going to have the wings, the arms in a forward position, just like that. With that done, we can come in, bring in the accessories, the blaster and the axe. Can hold it just like that. And the articulation isn't that bad. The head is on those series of hinges, so it gives you like a good range of movement, but you got to be, you can do something like that, but then from certain angles, it looks a little silly. But is there any light? No, there's actually no light piping. You do have nice translucent plastic here in the waist, in the chest area. Waist does swivel. Universal joint at the knee. At the hip. Nice deep knee bend. Be aware of those mushroom caps. We kind of already went over the ankle articulation. Arms are on that universal joint, but they are limited by the wings. Obviously, if you want to try swinging them down, because there's like a hinge here, you can do that. No wrist or articulation or anything like that, just due to the nature of how the figure transforms and is designed. And as I said, we can have a combined axe mode if we just grab it by the barrel and then tab the axe in like that. So that's kind of cool. And that does help overall, because if we come around to the back, you have a port right there, and that will fit in just like that, so you can have some weapon storage in robot mode. All in all, not a bad figure. I think Venin's kind of cool. So, how about we pause, and we will come back with some final thoughts. Venin's pretty good. Like I said at the beginning, I kind of feel that the figure is going to stick out more from its other Insecticon brethren, because instead of just being a retool, it is a entirely new mold. And always new molds will stick out. And that's why I've always said that if it's a unique original character, and not something like the Seekers or Reflector, something like that, it should be an original mold. And if you're going to start nickel and diming to save money by reusing molds and stuff like that, I think you're really going to just cheap out on the fans, and they're going to kind of notice it. And with prices going up now for deluxes to $27.99, I think people are going to be a little more careful with their money. Now, I think Venom or Venin is kind of worth the $27.99. I mean, you're dealing with somebody who remembers when deluxes were $10, $15, and to be honest, they were worth. I mean, that once they went into the $20 range, I didn't see the engineering and quality follow along. If I'm being totally honest, so $27.99 might be a harder pill to swallow. Thankfully, there are gift cards and this and that out there that can help maybe take some of the edge off. Now, I got this figure from Big Bad Toy Store. They have it in stock. And while waiting for Big Bad to ship said figure, Amazon.com got their allotment in and should be available now. And I believe it's at the $24.99 price point, which I kind of think is maybe around where I paid for at Big Bad. Again, Big Bad being an independent toy retailer, their prices are a little bit higher. You do pay like a collector premium. So, look there. I kind of maybe heard already that they're showing up at Targets. So that might help you out decide a little bit better. Issues with hollowness of the plastic aside, and some of the, kind of like not tightness of the joints, but just the friction and overall, movement of some of the parts to go in and out of the different modes. I think it's a good figure. And obviously, if you have the other deluxe Insecticons, you're going to want to pick Venom up or Venin up. I do believe, historically speaking, Venin was the leader. So definitely, they do need their leader. So there's that. But that's it for the review. If you like the review, like, comment, and subscribe. While I appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions will help to communicate to YouTube through the algorithm that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/ChuckDog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help me help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't afford the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous sundae. And yeah, that's about it. So, once again, this is your old pal Chuck reminding you, play with your toys. It's just more fun that way. And for Venin, we will see you next time.